Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rabya and welcome to a brand new review video for me. Today we're going to be going over the brand new Bite Change Maker Skin Optimizing line. So I do have the primer here for normal to oily skin as well as the foundation. So I'm going to be going over how I liked applying these, give you a first impressions and a demo, and then also just give you my thoughts at the end. And also I'm going to lightly go over how I created this makeup look. If you do enjoy videos like this, please consider liking so I know that this is content you guys are enjoying. Also consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the little bell thing so that you do know when I do post. And also consider sharing with a friend that you think might enjoy the video. I am trying to make 2020 the year of growth for my channel, so I would appreciate your help in any which way. And with that, you guys, if you would like to see what I think about these products and also kind of get a look at how I created this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so I have moved you guys in closer just so you can see everything that is happening on my skin right now. I am having a few bumps and redness. I have some acne going on right now that I am dealing with and catering to. So I am now just going to start off first with their primer. This is the Bite Beauty Change Maker Skin Optimizing Primer, and I got this in the normal to oily skin type. So the packaging is actually very cute. I like the contrast between that gray and this pink. And the product itself is a white, creamy looking primer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest primer user. I've actually kind of steered away from primer. Everyone knows, I mean, if you watch my videos, you know the Smashbox primer water is my go-to. It's been for years. Creamy primers aren't usually what I opt for, just because I don't know, I don't really notice a difference. But this one's supposed to be mattifying yet still a little hydrating, so I'm kind of excited about that. And it smells really clean. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't leave a residue, and it did a pretty, I feel mattified. I feel like my skin looks a little bit better than what it did prior to putting that on. So I like how it feels so far. And I like that there's not really a greasy film left over. And yeah, I feel like my skin's prepped. Next we're going to go into the star of the show. And this is the Bite Beauty Changemaker Skin Optimizing Foundation, and I got this in the shade T105. I like that it comes in a squeezy too. I feel like it's a really clean way of using the product, and it comes out nicely. And this is what the foundation looks like. As you can see, it's pretty thick. It's not running, and it kind of looks a little gel-like. Once you pounce your finger into it, it kind of holds its shape like a gel. So I'm going to apply this with my finger. I feel like something that's meant to look more natural on the skin probably applies really nicely with your finger. So I'm going to try and do it this way. And I did match this color with the Sephora app. They have a option that does you can match your foundation based on your current best match. So I always use NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation in the shade Syracuse because I just feel like that is my most perfect match. And I used that to find this shade, and they said that this was my exact shade match. So this is doing a pretty good job of covering. I feel like it has coverage there. Also, it doesn't really smell like anything. It smells like a product. It's not fragrance free, I would say, but it doesn't smell like a fragrance. It just smells I guess makeup. So I mentioned in my Pat McGrath foundation review that I don't really like using my fingers to apply products just because foundation's really runny, and the consistency of foundations usually bother me a little bit. And I'm really weird about greasy stuff. That's why I have a really hard time moisturizing, because I feel like it's getting caught everywhere. Anyways, but this feels like a tinted moisturizer. I feel like my hands don't really have a residue left. They're colored, obviously, but they don't feel greasy or anything. And even on my skin, this foundation feels pretty set. So yeah, I'm just going to go in really quickly and with my e.l.f. beauty sponge and just pounce in that foundation further just to make sure I get anything that I didn't blend with my fingers. Honestly, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. This has really good coverage for something that's supposed to be on the more natural side. Like, I feel like it covered, like, you can still see the bumps, but the redness there, I feel like it covered, and the redness around my nose, I feel like it did a really good job covering up. And but like on my neck, you can see I don't have foundation, and it blends really nicely into my skin tone there. And I feel like it does look like skin. I don't feel like I look heavy. I was gonna go in with a second layer. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that just to see if it is buildable. And I'm just gonna go over where I feel like I still need a little bit more coverage. And this time I'm gonna more so pat it into my skin instead of smearing it so that it retains more coverage. So I have some discoloration right here, there. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more around my nose. I don't really like putting too much foundation on my nose, no matter how red it is, because then it always gets like caught in this little crevice right here, so I always try to avoid it. Another cool thing about this foundation is that it is vegan, and it is also, I believe, it's a clean and vegan foundation, and I also think it's also gluten-free, which I don't know, but it is also gluten-free. And it's Beauty's whole like line started with the whole idea of using very natural, clean ingredients, because they started off with like lip formulations. They have like matte lip crayons, lip glosses, all of that. And that was like their whole thing, that these were lip products that were also edible. In case you did eat them, there wasn't any harsh chemicals. So I'm really happy to see that they were able to apply that same technology into this foundation, because it looks very beautiful. Like, I wasn't expecting to like it, I'm not gonna lie, because I am very full coverage, and I don't know, I like my makeup to look like makeup, but this actually, it looks really nice, and I'm just really happy with the skin, like how it matches my skin tone really well. Like, I'm so glad I can say that with more and more foundations, that they match really well, because I feel like for a while I didn't have foundations that matched me, and it's so nice that like I have foundations that without mixing I can get a pretty good color match. Like, it's blending into my neck so well. So I actually really liked the technique of applying it first with my fingers. I feel like that gave me a pretty good coverage, and then I just blended it out with this sponge. I forgot to mention this in my 2019 beauty favorites, but this like totally took over the like sponges category for me. Like, I don't even reach for my beauty blender. This is only like $5 from e.l.f. Like, it's great. So because this again is a light coverage foundation, I don't want to go in too heavy with the concealer, so I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I use this in the shade Sand, and I'm just really lightly going to cover up the darkness under my eyes, and also just lightly kind of highlight. So I usually like to wait like 30 seconds prior to blending this, so I just let it sit, and then I always usually start like with my nose and the center of my face prior to my under eyes, because this area, it's more so like for brightening, so I don't really need a lot of coverage from the concealer as long as it leaves some kind of color payoff. But with like my under eyes, I need them to cover the darkness underneath. So you can see that even though I said that it was a light coverage concealer, because I let it sit a little bit, it has covered my under eyes significantly. I am just really lightly going to just set my under eyes. I want to apply like a cream bronzer over this to see how this works with like other cream products. So I am just like going in with some of my Laura Mercier translucent powder and pushing it right underneath just my eyes, just to keep the rest of the face like pretty still tacky, or cream based. Like I said, I'm going to go in and cream bronze a little bit just to see how products blend on top of this. This is the LA Girl cream Pro Concealer in the shade Beautifully Bronze. And I just like to sweep this on the sides of my face. And I'm gonna, again, try to keep it light so that it looks natural. And I'm also gonna just take a hint of it on the sides of my nose. Honestly, with like your nose, you don't even need that much product so that you can avoid your nose looking heavy. And I just do it underneath my lip because Scott Barnes did that on Tati Beauty or Glam Life Guru. And he did it on her and he said that it makes your lips look a little more pouty. So I like to just put it there and also kind of accentuate this area right above my cupid's bow. The foundation's not picking up, which is nice. It's kind of blending really nicely into it. Yeah, looks good. Okay, I feel like that looks really good on top. So now I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush like this. I'm just gonna, like, there's a little bit of Laura Mercier powder in here. I'm literally just gonna tap the brush in and like really dust off. I don't want a lot of product at all. And I'm just going to sweep it across my face. I've been trying not to set my face and I've realized I'm just too oily not to do that. Again, because I've been trying to do a little bit more of a natural look, and I always feel like when you set your entire face with powder, it looks really dry, but you just have to find the right powder for you. Like this Laura Mercier one works really well. Their pressed powder, the candle lip powder, also looks pretty natural, as well as the Maybelline. As long as you use like a big fluffy brush like this, that's not gonna apply too much product and it's just gonna kind of set everything, I think you'll be fine. Just don't use this like a kabuki or something unless you're looking for more full coverage from your powder. Okay, so for the rest of my face, I'm just going to kind of like show you the product and put it on just so we can get through this video a little bit quicker. Okay guys, and that completes this makeup look. I feel like everything looks really good on top of this foundation. I feel like it's set really well. I honestly don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. Like, it feels very comfortable. I feel very hydrated. I'm like trying to see if there's any like, I don't know, I don't really see, like, it's kind of dry around my mouth area, but I think it's just because I'm dehydrated, because it's not settling in any other parts of my face. I feel like I just look very hydrated, and I feel like I mean, obviously if you didn't do such a dramatic and glittery eye look, I feel like you could probably pass a little bit more for is she wearing makeup, is she not wearing makeup. Like, I feel like this foundation has the ability to do that. I might actually try with this foundation and see how I like it without fully setting it, because even after I just finished applying it, because I think of the gel formula it set really nicely. Like, I feel like while I was blending it with my fingers, like, it was drying down to more of like a nice satin, a little powdery of a finish, so it felt like it was setting itself, honestly. So I think I'm going to try this one more time without setting it, and I'll let you guys know in my next video how I feel about it. But I feel like it looks really nice. Like, I applied it with my fingers and blended it out with a brush. It was really easy to use. The match, honestly, I think that is one of my favorite things about this foundation is the match. Like, I honestly just feel like it matches me so well, and I hope it's translating on camera. Like, I just feel like I look very healthy. So this foundation is a standard 1 fluid ounce, and so is the primer, and they both reach, I think the primer, they both retail for $39. I don't think I would 100% say you need the primer. It did feel nice. It sinks into the skin really nicely, but again, I'm not 100% like a primer user. Like, I don't think you necessarily need this. And again, that was just a first impression. Like, I will try to use this with other foundations, see if it actually helps. Like, because this is targeted more towards oily skin, they do have a dry skin one too. I want to try this with a little bit more of my like radiant foundations and see if it helps with the longevity of that. And I'll try that one more time. But again, like, primers are kind of like if you need it, this is a great option. It felt really nice. I feel like it probably will like keep the oils at bay because it felt pretty mattifying when I put it on. But again, like, primers, I don't know, I wouldn't say you 100% need them, but I did genuinely really enjoy this foundation. I think it looks great, and for all the reasons I mentioned before, and two, just because of what Vita stands for. Like, I really think that, like, as 2019 was a year that was really big on inclusivity, like, I think this year as consumers we should be a little bit more mindful about just like clean beauty. I 100%, most of my products probably aren't clean, nor are they vegan. Some might not even be cruelty free, but that is kind of like the trajectory I want to go in this year. Like, just using things that not only look good, but like make me feel good using them. The fact that this is vegan, mostly probably made with like fruits and like natural ingredients is great. Like, I feel like I won't feel bad wearing this all day. It is a little bit, again, like on the pricier side. I mean, most of my foundations are in that $30 to like $40 range. So I'm not gonna like really knock on it for that, but it's pretty expensive, but I actually feel like the ingredients make the price tag worth it. And yeah, you guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're going to pick up this foundation or any other like foundation that might be new, and let me know if there's any other product you'd like me to review. The next video I'm actually working on is the Anastasia XM Reezy palette, so stay tuned for that. Let me know if you're excited. And also the Tati Beauty, the new blendable thing she came out with. I'm just waiting for that to come in the mail, and I'm just like so excited to use that too. But if there's any other products you'd like me to review, you can always leave it down below in the comments or let me know on my Instagram. It is @RabsBeauty. And with that, you guys, I really hope that you have a wonderful and amazing day. Please come back next time, and again, consider sharing with a friend that you might think might enjoy this video. Like the video and subscribe if you have not done so already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!